All right, next up we have a sidewalk and a curb and some streets here. Again, all my lines right now are vertical or to a vanishing point for now. So keep following that rule. I'm gonna put that right up here. If we wanna make a sidewalk coming off of this corner building, I'm gonna go back to my original line, this original vertical line, and just extend it down a couple more inches, like that. And that'll be about the width of the sidewalk. I'm gonna take the bottom of this line and connect it to both VP1 and VP2. So connect it like that. And again, it's gonna pinch into a little corner because again, as things get further away from us, they get smaller. So visually, we're making it get smaller as it goes back to VP1 and 2. So this is my sidewalk. And now sidewalks need lines. And if we remember all lines are vertical or to a vanishing point, we need to think about what kind of lines to put on the sidewalk. If I start making some vertical lines on these sidewalks, it's gonna make it look like there's a wall here. We don't want a wall with vertical lines. We want a sidewalk that sits flat. So if you line your ruler up on the sidewalk on the right and line your ruler up to VP1, you're gonna create some flat sidewalk lines. So I'm gonna draw the sidewalk line, lining my ruler up to VP1, keeping the edge of my ruler on that vanishing point and just swinging the tail. And I'm gonna line up and make some sidewalk lines. Now, if your ruler's not long enough, you might run out of ruler. So you might have to shift it. And you also have to remember that as they get further away from you, they should get closer together and smaller in size as they get further and further away. Notice how the point of my ruler is always on VP1. Now we have some flat sidewalk lines. I'm gonna do the same thing on the left side. Line my ruler up though to VP2 this time and swinging the tail, keeping it on VP2 and swinging the tail. Be careful not to be pushing your ruler up like this, otherwise it's not gonna line up to a vanishing point. Swing it from VP2 on back, and again, make them closer together as you go further back, and they will naturally get smaller in between those two lines as you go. Keeping it in line with VP2. Again, these are not vertical lines, they're all lined up to either vanishing point 1 or vanishing point 2. There's your sidewalk. Now, if we want a curb, so we're walking on the sidewalk, we want to step down off the curb and into the street, we need to extend this vertical line again, just a little bit more, probably about an inch, half an inch or so. And again, connect it to both VP1 and VP2. Things are getting pretty crunched up there by the vanishing points as they get further off in the distance. And now to add to the illusion of the curb, we want to make it look like we're stepping down and off of the sidewalk. We're going to take every sidewalk line and look at how vertical my ruler is. I'm going to make tiny little vertical lines at the edge of all the sidewalk lines to make it look like we're taking a step down. And again, be careful that we're not twisting our ruler as we're going back, keeping it vertical the whole time, because all lines are vertical or to a vanishing point at this time. Go do it on the other side. Keep a nice vertical ruler. At the end of every sidewalk line, I'm going to make a vertical line. String it up. And again, using my ruler, even for those tiny ones. You might think it's faster just to freehand those tiny lines, but it won't be as efficient and it won't be as straight. And then the last thing you could add, if you wanted to add some city street lines in the road, you could find about the center point of your road, however wide you want your road to be, and add some road lines. Maybe you could do it in yellow, and just again some dashes lining up to the vanishing point, and they get smaller as they go further back. Lining this up to the vanishing point on this side, about the same width apart, and making some dashes. Again, you could do that in yellow if you want, and making them get smaller as they go back. So there's a sidewalk, curb, and street line.